Hello, and welcome back to an old man builds the Titanic, and we are going straight back into building mode after a few episodes of doing the stuff. So I will, without any further delay, I will put things away, tidy up after last episode. Block quartz can go in there and become smoothie quartz. Put that in there. Oh, the stone. I don't plan on burning any villagers this episode, so I can put that. And I don't need that. Wheat at the moment. So I already have some red concrete powder. I will come back and make more in a bit. Let's sleep though. Sleep is good. Sleep is good. Sleep is good. Right, so why am I not sinking? So I need to build up a level. Now we need to come out to 16, which is here. Oh, I didn't need to delete those, did I? Never mind. Oh, hello. Here he is. Gonna kill me. That better? Was it really worth your life? Ooh, a Nautilus shell. Yes, I am gradually going to try and save up enough Nautilus shells so that I can build a conduit back at the, what's it called? The Ocean Monument, which I have converted into a, oh, here we go, which I converted into a Guardian Farm. So we need to build out at 16 all the way to 4963. This is now the turn of the builds. This is where the bottom of the ship goes from being flat on the bottom to curving around the edges. They're very persistent, aren't they? It's like I'm trying to build something here, guys. Could you like not? Yeah, so this is where the bottom of the ship starts to curl around and become the sides of the ship. Oh dear. 4963. Stop falling off. Right. And then we become only 15 out to 47. Then at 34. $25. Oh dear, dear. So you see how it's consistently following the keel, but slightly out from the keel. And it will eventually obviously curve up to become vertical for this bit. So we want to go to 18. And then 10. And then 4. And 99. So we are then 6, then 5, then 5, then 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, no, 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 we don't want you there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5. The pit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, now we've found the end. That is good. Right, let's fill in the gaps now then. Oh, do excuse me. Don't do that. It is very naughty. Right. See some squids, kill some squids. Because we're going to need a hell of a lot more pie. Too much more pie. Dewatering all this is going to be an absolute nightmare, but probably not as big a nightmare as trying to dewater it on the night of the King. So I'll count my blessings. Right, so is that? Have I done this whole segment? I would appear so, yes. Now just to do to the side. Saw a squid. So, I now need more concrete powder in there. I'll come out from the middle again, because that seems to work best. Oh dear. I want to be at 16, don't I? Not 17. So 16. There till 4963. As I should have remembered from last time. click, 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 lots of clicking, clicking, click, 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 click. Come in one. And I am at 4947. And then I am at 4934. Ooh, I am building concrete in the coral here. Do I need to actually remove some of this coral? It would appear that way. Let's silk touch it though, so it doesn't die. Oh, think, don't be stuck. Let's get that as well. That just looks weird. Don't want it to look like it's touching the ship. Dolphin! Don't be there, weirdo. Ooh, so 25. Bearing in mind, I've seen that one of the naughty swimmy men is behind me. He's gradually getting here. So 18, 10, 04. So 18. Falling off the edge. And now it's just 5, 5, 5. Now it's just loads of 5s, isn't it? No, it's not. It's 5, 6, and 5, 5, 5. So 1, 2, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Oh dear, don't fall off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, fill in the gaps. Yes, this was an area of the ship which genuinely... Ooh. C3 squids. Kill 3 squids. This area of the ship I'm working on now is like is led up to the deck called the tank deck. I've discussed this before. There was literally a series of tanks between the bottom deck and the actual bottom of the ship, which effectively formed double bottom, so that if the ship grounded or cut open its bottom, there was an extra layer of hull at the bottom to protect it. Now, obviously, after the sinking, where the damage to the ship was just above this level, enough to like just go through the single hull, the sister ship Britannic that was currently under construction underwent a redesign, so that they actually made the double hull, instead of just being the very bottom, like 5 feet, they actually made it so that it extended all the way up above the waterline. This made the ship a tiny bit wider, as far as I know, but I don't really understand that. Surely the extra hull was fitted on the inside, not on the outside, but I don't understand that. I think I've read as well that this extra layer of hull was retrofitted to the Olympic, which was the oldest of the 3 sister ships. The first one to enter service in 1911. But apparently after the disaster, the double hull will be retrofitted to Olympic, and again, I don't know how that would work on a already completed ship. Maybe I should go away and research that so I can talk about it with authority at a future time. Or maybe you could just go and watch Ocean Liner Designs channel, who he knows so much more about Titanic than I ever will. I'm just fascinated by it. I'm not a real historian or scholar of Titanic, though. I'm far more interested in the technical details of the ship as a working ship than as a historical event. Because I just genuinely think it was one of the best looking ships ever built. Now, we are in the middle of the night, aren't we? I should probably get some sleep. Right, well now we've done the rear quarter. We've done the fore quarter actually, haven't we? No, we've done the rear quarter. We should extend towards the front half. But in order to do that, how are we doing with glass? Not very well. Glass production seems to be going very slow. Have I literally run out of sanding? No, not really. Wouldn't hurt to top it up though, would it? Organics, I suppose it goes under, doesn't it? Mob drops. We have 3 Nautilus shells now. I'm getting a fair amount of rotten flesh. I ought to get a cleric to trade with. What's that spider doing? Are you okay, Mr. Spider? What are you doing? Don't dance on the lava. It's fun, isn't it? In Minecraft, I really like... Oh, no, don't go in there. You'll stop my minecart. Will the minecart go through it? Oh yeah, minecarts go through spiders, that's fine. Things you learn. Things you learn that you didn't expect. Right, so we need to make more red concrete, don't we? Is this all the... Oh my god, is all the gravel I've got left now? Oh, another supplies crisis. Oh, I don't need this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Righty dokie. So we can now carry on. We will do the forward half of level 50. Where we come to 50-59. So basically nearly a full stack, all in one whack. Full stack in one whack. Why do I make weird humming noises every time I make a mistake? Wouldn't work in a band, would it? Sir, 59. Then we come to 75. And then we come to 83. Then 91. 97. Right, so now it's 6, 5, 6, 6, 5. Right, 6, 5, 6, 6, 5. 6, 1, 2, 3. Oh, lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let me check. 114, yeah. So 6, 5, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. My final one is 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, hold on. And then we have oh, it's because we haven't built so far. So that one needs to go. So this one now is actually goes on top of this one. So at 4, we were at 36, yes. So this is now 6 long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And at 3, we've come up to 5150. I see, because we've curved in, but now we're going out to the cutting straight point. Ooh, see some squids though. Yeah, I didn't hear it go plop. There it is. And finally 2 comes to 5160. Which I believe it does. Good. We'll just mirror this bit while we can. It's easy to tell. Said it the other day, but yeah, being able to float around like this as if I'm in creative is quite good underwater without having to worry about breathing at all with all these conduits. I'm dreading then having to actually start building properly. Oh dear, didn't mean to place those two. Right, we should go back to the centre then and start building out. That's the easy way of doing it. You haven't got a Nautilus shell, have you? Have you? No, you haven't got one. Well, let's fill in all the blanks now on this side. And see how much concrete we've got left. And we can... Then we can see how much we need to make. Is this quicker? I don't know. I really don't know. If I was quick enough clicking open, yeah, I'd be able to do all of that, wouldn't I? See, look, this is just messy and disorganized. I have caused confusion and delay. Oh dear. What gonna matter me? Done it again. See a squid, kill a squid. Oh, it's raining and it's dark as well. It's raining and it's dark. Doesn't really affect me when I'm underwater anyway though, so let us go and top these up. So, yes, I should explain some very basic history, which was, I know the movies like to present Titanic as being a one-off giant ship, but that's simply not the case. You got a Nautilus shell? Titanic wasn't even particularly unique at the time it was built, because at the time it was built, it was the middle of three supposedly almost identical sister ships that were all envisaged at the same time to compete with the Cunard. So Cunard had just released their two giant super ships, Lusitania and Mauritania. I don't know if Aquitania was around by then, I can't remember. But basically, Cunard had got the fastest ships in the sea, the fastest and biggest ships in the sea. And White Star Line, who was the other premier British shipping line at the time, was starting to lose business, so they wanted to compete with them. They thought, right, we're not going to compete on the basis of speed, but you know what? If we actually make the journey nice enough, people won't care that it takes like an extra 12 hours if it's really comfortable and it's like being at a really nice luxury hotel for the whole time that you're on the ship. So that was White Star Line's idea. So we were like, we're gonna build the biggest ships in the world ever. 3 identical ships so that we can run a weekly service New York, Southampton, and vice versa. And they will be the most luxurious ships ever built. So we're not going to compete on speed. We're going to have, there's still going to be fast crossing. You'll still be able to do it in like 5-6 days. Yeah, with a bit of a layover time. That's why we need 3 ships, because otherwise you could just do it with 2 ships. So we'll have 3 luxurious super liners, identical sister ships, and they will be like floating palaces. So in 1907, the design work first started on the first of the ships, which was called the Olympic, and that was finally started to be built in 1908. It was launched in 1910, because launching was when you finish building the empty ship. Ooh, Nautilus shell. You finish building the empty ship with no engines or fittings or rooms actually built on the inside. You built the hull that can float. So you built that on dry land in a gantry. And then you literally push it into the water, and then you take it off to a floating dock, and then that's where you fill in all the rest of it. Like, put all the engines on, build the rest of the ship around it. And in the meantime, you can be building other ships on the same slipways where you built the first ship. So that was it. They I mean, to even build the ships, they had to build a couple of brand new slipways. I can't remember his first name, but Mr. Arroll from Scotland built. They cleared away 3 slipways at Belfast to make 2 giant slipways. big enough to build these 3 new superliners on. And the reason why they didn't make 3 slipways was a limitation of space, but it was because it was envisaged that they wouldn't build the 3rd one until the first one's already launched and ready. Which is fair enough, that's good business practice. So Mr. Arroll, he won the contract for creating the new giant slipways, which had the tallest gantry in the world at the time, from which like mechanical cranes and hydraulic riveters could all be hung, lifting giant pieces of ship into place. And it's absolutely fantastic engineering when you look at it and see what was achieved, particularly for the day. So yeah, these ships then took years to rivet together just to make a floating empty hull. So yeah, Olympic was launched in 1910, entered service in 1911 on the very same day that Titanic, Olympic was handed over to the White Star Line from Harland and Wolff shipbuilders on the same day that Titanic was launched, I think, from what I know. From what I remember, because they started Olympic first, and they started Titanic a few months after. So Titanic, I think they laid the first keel plates on March 31st, 1909. I want to say, but I can say for certainty that it was launched on May the 31st, 1911. Yeah. Not a baby. No, not a baby. No, I'm not putting up with you. Babies are so vicious on this game. One thing was interesting, because the ships were basically designed to be identical, but for practical reasons they weren't. So, Oi! Oi! So, like, one of the biggest changes between Olympic, as it entered service, and then Titanic, was that Olympic had around all the way around it, B deck and A deck, first class promenade. So on the B deck of Olympic was an enclosed promenade with windows, and on A deck was an entirely open promenade. So a promenade basically just a bit of deck that you can walk around. Where's that spider going? Is he after me? I don't know where that spider's going. And I decided already at the planning that fitting out stage that actually that's a huge waste of space. But actually we can use that space. We can use that space for more luxury cabins. So if you watch on the film Titanic, the luxury cabin that Rose DeWitt ends up in with her fiance Cal, they were not cabins that were available on the Olympic. They were occupying the space. Olympic just had an open plan deck that you could walk around. On Titanic, they just fitted loads more luxury spaces. The downside to this, which then led to the biggest visual difference between Titanic and Olympic, was that Titanic didn't then have any enclosed promenade deck. It had got a deck which was completely open in the same way that the Olympic was. And the manager, Bruce Ismay, had observed, you get a lot of sea spray on that area. So as there's nowhere else on Titanic to walk around, maybe this could be enclosed. So when you look at pictures of Titanic, you'll see that the front end of a deck suddenly has a load of windows, which aren't there on Olympic, which was left completely open because it was the only place for an enclosed promenade deck for first class on the entire ship. So that led to the main visual difference, but the actual difference is that Titanic had got all these extra cabins that were far better for revenue. I've done that right. That doesn't look right. It is right. It is right. Yes, I have done that. This is also why all those conspiracy nuts are saying, well, actually, they swapped the ships at the last minute so they could deliberately sink Titanic's insurance scam. That's why that doesn't hold water, literally. Because internally, the two ships were very structurally different. You can instantly tell which ship was which. Just by walking around it. Without... if you'd spent 10 months working on one ship and then someone told you, oh well actually this is now, and then someone swapped it for the new ship, but then you got back on it, you'd be like, no, but this is just the old ship. You got an Nautilus shell? No, you haven't. How far down does conduit power work? Like, if I keep going down, am I still in range of it? Didn't seem to wear off, but I don't know if I went down deep enough. I mean, even little things that would be pointless to change between the two ships if we were trying to make a conspiracy, was that the front of Olympic wheelhouse was curved and the front of Titanic's wheelhouse was straight. And you can see on the wreck that Titanic's wheelhouse, you can still see the structural members that made it up, and they were indeed straight. Why would anyone have gone to the trouble of altering that on Olympic to be straight if it was already curved? For a ship they were only going to sail for 5 days and then sink. You would just say, oh well, we built this to be the same as Olympic, so that's why it's the same. You wouldn't go to the trouble of changing that. You wouldn't go to the trouble of changing all the pipework against all the funnels, which were arranged differently for Titanic, just because they realised it was more efficient. You would just leave it the same, and because you're already planning to sink the ship. Absolutely bonkers conspiracy theory. The most bonkers part of it being that they somehow persuaded 15,000 Irish builders to stay completely silent about this matter till the day they died, even though in the immediate aftermath of the ship they would realise they were culpable of the murder of 1,500 people. Yes, absolutely nuts. So we did just about have enough red concrete powder to build out along the keel. Well, the turn of the bilge. I'm quite pleased I've managed to do this all within one episode as well. So we have built up an entire another layer, which is quite good. That's a satisfactory episode, I would say, for me, in terms of build. I really need to do something about this area, because I really do need to have an area where I can just come straight up from the bottom. Oh, straight up from the bottom, so. Now, what am I going to do next episode? The next episode I might now have enough emeralds. Ah, you're the same guy, aren't you? Bucket of pufferfish. Why would I need a bucket of pufferfish when I've already got pufferfish? Do you really get that many bones from pufferfish? So I have 4 naughty shells. I have a pitifully small amount of black ink, but I've got a fair amount of black concrete powder. Maybe that's what I do tomorrow. I start to build the side wall on the other side of the ship. Well, I need to finish this, don't I, as well? I need to finish that. Yes, I think I'd be fairly safe to just use the water casting method for concrete to finish off that. I'll do that tomorrow, then also build the wall on this side, I think. Well, basically, until I just use all that black concrete. Save me going on another scavenging mission. I'd rather avoid that for now. So I feel quite pleased. While I'm here, let's be neat and tidy. Tidy away. Copper nigot. That's a typo. What was I looking for? I've completely forgot what I was doing. Oh yes, I wanted some wheat. No, I want to breed my aminals. Oh, that's coming along now. Got to the point where I've got so many cows down I've lost track of how many I've got. There we go. Lots more aminals. So, put that away. I will need to farm. I will need to farm this lot, won't I? I don't appear to have any nitwits anymore, which is good. I have de-knitted. A lot of you are still trying to get access to those, though, aren't you? Right, well, I would say that is normal success. So, if you didn't like this episode, where I provide... Oh, I'm floating. I'm a floater. So, if you didn't like this episode, where I tried to provide some historical background to the ship, well, tough doodah, really. Don't forget to dislike and unsubscribe, but everyone else, I will see you tomorrow. Wow. Save and quit. Don't forget to save and quit. Neat and tidy. That suddenly seems to be taking longer. Is that just a 1.21.61 change? I also find it funny that it looks like he's got a snout now. A glowing snout.